Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Aaron, and today we are talking about WWE Monday Night Raw taking place in my hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Wells Fargo Center. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, the Philly King, 8 Minutes with Aaron. WWE Monday Night Raw started off with a bang as Seth Rollins came to the ring and started talking shit on Big Bronson Reed. Of course, Big Bronson Reed came out and they got a big brawl going on. They were fighting in the ring. They went to the outside. Bronson went for a tsunami from the top rope onto the announce table. Seth Rollins moved out of the way. Security and everybody ran down and they broke them up, and that was only the first of several encounters they were going to have in store with each other for the rest of the night. In the back, it was Io Sky and Kairi Sane. They were talking about how they lost last week to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, that they still won a match. Here came Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez talking shit, and it actually brought up the idea of, hey, maybe we should fight tonight and see who is the better team. Of course, Damage Control is the better team. I can't stand Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. Please just get off my screen already. I do not want to look at you. There are much sexier women that I can look at. Because I know that's all you're looking at Liv Morgan for. Alright, so then it was another segment in the back where who was fighting? That's right, Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. They were battling out each other, and once again, Adam Pearce and security had to break them up and said, "You go over here! You go over here! We don't want to see any of this!" Then it brought us finally to our first match, was for the tag team tournament. It was AOP versus the New Day. This match was, classic tag team match. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston were trying to get the offense on AOP, who are the bigger and stronger team. They were beating their asses up. They got some offense on them. AOP was getting knocked to the ground by Kofi doing some SOSs. Finally, in the end, it was some interference by Karrion Kross, and who else was on their team? Oh, The Miz was out there. But before the bell rang, it was who? R-Truth, who came in, attacked The Miz, big distraction. Kofi Kingston got the small package, or whatever the hell you wanted to call it, on one of the AOP members. 1, 2, 3. New Day advanced into the tag team tournament. After the match, AOP and of course the rest of the Final Testament came to the ring, beat the shit out of R-Truth. Then all of a sudden, Kofi Kingston like, "Yo, let me go. I gotta help R-Truth. He just helped us, blah, 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 blah." Xavier Woods like, nah, dog, you ain't doing it. Karrion Kross is egging him on like, come on. Lights go out. Out came the Wyatt. They beat the shit out of the Final Testament. And as they're beating the shit out of the Final Testament, you got The Miz, who's in the ring covering his head, just trying to protect himself and shit like that. And then who appeared behind him? Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, whatever you want to call this dumb shit crap. And he got pushed out of the way, and the manager got the mandible claw on him. And then, Bo Dallas did this, and the lights went off, and that was the end of that segment. In the back, I believe there was something with the Judgment Day, or maybe not yet with the Judgment Day, so let's say not Judgment Day-ish yet. I'm trying to see what happened. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to tell you what I think happened. There was Damage Control versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This match is bleh. Raquel Rodriguez was really strong, so Kairi Sane and, Io Sky couldn't get any moves on her. She kept reversing them and throwing them off her and shit like that. Finally, they were able to get Raquel Rodriguez out of the ring. They double-teamed on Liv Morgan. And then, on the outside were those two girls from NXT who just got moved up to, Raw or SmackDown. I don't know what the hell. Jackson and whatever the one. One of them's eating a lollipop in some kind of container. I don't know what the hell WWE is thinking, or Triple H is thinking with these tag teams. They interfered, they caused a DQ, and that was the end of that. Io Sky and Kairi Sane were all rolled out of the ring because they got their asses beat by Jackson and the other one. And then out came Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley came out, beat the crap out of Rodriguez, beat the crap out of Liv. Dom came in for the save, and that was the end of the segment. Then it was a thing back with Judgment Day. Judgment Day was basically bashing Carlito and shit like that. Carlito went to go talk to Adam Pearce to get Dominic Mysterio a world title shot against Gunther. Adam Pearce was basically like, well, if you can beat next week on Raw the former world champion, which is probably going to be Damian Priest, who's going to be the challenger, or the opponent, he will face him. It's not going to happen. And then there was another segment later on with Gunther and Damian Priest who said, listen, after Crown, or whatever, Crown Jewel, right? We are going to fight. I'm going to beat your ass, but don't worry about it right now. But I'm going to take that title back. He's not going to take the title back. Gunther, of course, will hold it until WrestleMania, when I'm going to say CM Punk will take that title. In the back, you got Jey Uso, who was getting pumped up for his title match tonight. He's like, I can't focus on the Bloodline. I got to focus on my title match against, what the fuck is his name? Badass Braun Breaker. And that was it. And Braun Breaker also had an interview, and he's like, I'm going to beat the shit out of Jey. There was another tag team match. It was Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus the not the Alpha Academy, American Made, whatever the hell they were called, Brutus and Creed and Julius Creed. This match was pretty good, back and forth. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee did get the win on that. Pretty good. Liking that, liking that. There was some outside interference by Chad Gable. Chad Gable got his ass, not beat, but chomped, because he sent Ivy Niles after Selena Vega, and Selena Vega did like a Hurricane Rana, and then was like, hee, look at that, Chad Gable, hee. So that was the end of that, and they were advancing to the next week's challenge, I guess, against Kofi and then Xavier, the New Day, maybe. In the back, there was another fight between Big Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins. Adam Pearce had enough and said, you know what, you guys got your match, Crown Jewel, stop fighting, stop it, guys. Just take your match, and then everything will be copacetic. And then finally, we got to talk about the main event for main event Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker, or as that guy who used to be able on the interview, that badass Braun Breaker! Or actually it was that new guy who was saying it, Joe Testavario, whatever the fuck his name is. Anyway, this match was actually a pretty freaking slamming match. It was good back and forth. Jey got a lot of offense. Braun Breaker got a lot of offense. He hit the top rope, Hurricane Rana. Jey was landing splashes. He was landing kicks. He went for a splash off the top rope. Braun Breaker got his feet up. Braun went for a spear. Jey jumped over it. And of course, as Jey was beating the shit out of Braun on the outside, who showed up? Solo Sikoa and the rest of the new bloodline. After a couple distractions by the Tongas, Jey was like, screw you guys, kick to you, was going to get the win on Breaker. He went to the top, he tried another splash, knees up. Breaker tried to do something else, I don't remember what happened. There was a little spillage to the outside. Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu eyed up because Braun Breaker knocked down Solo Sikoa. Then outside, Jey Uso did a jump from in the ring to the outside, knocked them both down. Fatu didn't like that. Did some move onto Jey Uso, did a Samoan drop onto the, the announcer's desk, threw him in the ring. Braun got a spear. 1, 2, 3. New Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. Overall, I gotta say this match was pretty pimp until the Bloodline interfered. Overall, SmackDown, I give you an up or a down. Oh, SmackDown, I meant Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, you are getting an up or a down. You are getting it out. That's right. You are getting it up, because that main event saved the shit out of you, because I quite enjoyed that shit until the interference by the Bloodline. But hey, I knew it was going to happen. It's going to set up for War Games. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes Aaron. I will see you next time. We go over more stuff, more things, and hey, probably more predictable wrestling. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.